We got to see what they have in store for us. Yes. We got to observe the latest and greatest out of Ashes of Creation. All right, let's go. Unreal Engine 5. Intrepid Studios. Ashes of Creation. Pretty sick intro. Alpha 2 basic ranged weapon attack update.
Hello everyone and welcome to another live stream day with an awesome showcase of
All right.
basic ranged combat revamp. Excited to be here again, showing you guys Ashes of Creation and its current progress towards Alpha 2. I have joining me today two stellar senior designers on our team.
It looks
senior designer Trad
beautiful.
And Jeremy. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well. Just looking forward to showing some of the stuff we've been working on here.
Oh, I know. It's always exciting, Jeremy.
Okay, so let's just look at the UI real quick, all right? Very minimalistic map. Minimap is nice, okay? Health and mana, and then the currently equipped weapon with the name. I actually really like this health and mana like UI setup right here. It looks clean. It looks so minimalist and clean, but it's also stylized. So it's not like ugly to look at. Like just very, very subtle, like gradation in the red and the blue of the health and mana, and like just very little bordering around everything, but it's like stylized, so it looks like metal, like rusted bronze or something, or sorry, like aged bronze or something like that around it. Same with the UI on the bottom. It's exactly what you need. Experience bar, show me my level, and my skills. Boom. Ready to play. And then also just the beautiful nature of this world. Look at the stones and the lighting and everything, the tree. It's looking good.
Jeremy, how you doing, buddy?
Doing really good. Really excited to be here. Really excited to show the stuff we've got this time.
Yes, and my first...
The trees are blowing in the wind. Sorry, it's just little touches like that. Like, look at the trees in the background, too.
My first awe...
Just like waving in the wind.
Is, of course, the world. Just the unbelievably beautiful environments that the environment team and the design team have just come up with these ruins and this forest. I mean, where are we at right now, Jeremy?
We are in the Riverlands, which was the former heart of the Alien Empire. So we're among the ruins from a long time ago after the fall.
Yeah, and people saw some of these things.
This is sick. This reminds me of like old English castles or something. This is so cool.
In the Weather and Seasons showcase, so you guys might recognize this stuff. But the Alien Empire, that was one of the largest, if not the largest empire at the time of the apocalypse, right?
Right. It was at the height of their golden age when the fall happened, so we're just standing in their ruins now.
And it is so cool. I always love environments where you have these ancient almost artifacts and just locations that you get to explore.
Yes. Same. I like finding stuff like this and just looking around, checking it out, like enjoying the site around it. Yeah, taking out some mobs around it. Almost like you're clearing, like, almost like as the, like putting yourself into the world, you're this person that appreciates the history and you want to keep it clean and like pure almost. So you want to clear out all the enemies around it, keep the remains, the history pure.
Really compelling.
Big goal, is to make
it's a good role play thing.
World that's an actual character of our game. Vera should very much feel like a character that has so much history and story behind it. They're like great fantasy worlds of the past and other franchises.
That is a clever touch. Instead of worrying about ears on an elf, like clipping through material, they just cut holes or designed holes into the texture or the model of the robe so that the ears poke out. That is so smart. That is so smart.
Vera should very much feel like one of those that just hearing the name invokes all kinds of history and
That's crazy.
and living, breathing, and actually a world that's been in trouble for a long time now, and the players are coming back to help rescue and recover that.
This looks sick.
And I also love the fact that Chris Atkins threw in some slits for this elf's ears to come through. Oh,
That's what I'm saying. That's like a clever touch. That's brilliant. That's actually genius.
my gosh, that's so awesome.
I feel a lot comfortable. The ears able to poke through.
Adorable.
They are adorable. This is such a great outfit. I'm loving the cape cloth as well. It's very cool. So you were mentioning we are in an area that is relatively dangerous, right? This is these aren't elite monsters, right? But they are still deadly.
Yeah.
These are looks like a Minotaur hunting party, war party that are investigating this area for some reason. It looks like some shaman have come down to this Riverland area. And they're checking things out.
Well, it's time to fight then.
Like guard dogs with them.
They've got some drudgers with them, kind of like reptilian dog kind of things that are acting as lookouts and guards while they're looking around for things.
Oh no. Oh, I'm walking. Oh God. Oh no. Wait.
Just gonna aggro this
Oh,
He just aggroed the whole group.
Hold on 1 second. Trad, what should I do?
This guy's a gamer?
What item?
Oh, man. Oh, this is so funny. This guy, the head guy of this group, he's just some random dude who has a lot of money and decided, hey, I want an actual good game. I'm tired of games being bad. And I'm tired of developers not listening to the player base about the things that are bad. So I'm going to take all of the bad things, remove them from a game, and put in the good things. That's his goal anyway. And so far, it looks like they're doing it. I mean, clean UI, that's something that I really appreciate. I know that. Beautiful world, and they're working on good mechanics. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen, but previous videos from these guys on the sword and like knives, like battle mechanics, it looks really clean and like fun. It looks like it's gonna be fun to fight mobs.
Or abilities.
Spam 2 on one of them. Take that guy down.
Ooh, nice.
Alright, that was a quick shot right there. So quick shot is an ability that has 3 charges, and each shot.
Ooh, why is he glowing?
And the last 2, the target that you're attacking. So you can kind of use it as an opener, alpha strike.
Oh, they are hurting him. Holy crap.
Drop somebody.
Do I have that 2 back again? The quick shot?
Yep. Yeah, we haven't done like
Woo.
full cooldown pass.
Nice.
Pretty much just spam right now, but
You got that.
Oh, that guy pushed me. Oh God, I have 16 health. No.
dropping.
No.
The shaman and some.
I actually really appreciate this. It's a showcase in the most real way. Like, he's actually getting wrecked right now. They're not trying to make it look like some perfect playthrough. It's the lead guy just like literally, hey, I want to be behind the controls. Let me just do this. And we can show off the gameplay of this game. And he's actually getting wrecked real time in front of us.
The mess with.
Well, not real time, but
How did we draw? How did I grab so many?
They're paying attention.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, playing as a ranged player, you have to be aware of your surrounding.
I did not. I was not aware of my surroundings. Okay, you guys may notice that I'm not dying right now.
He's 1
I would
HP.
just like to comment that the stream would not be good if I died trying to fight these things. What am I using here, Dread?
Whoa.
Snipe. So unlike quick shot, that is an ability that you can press and hold, and
it actually looks really fun to be a ranged character in this game. Like, the abilities felt good. Like, just watching him shoot those shots. The quick shot, how it feels, how it sounds, like, it didn't feel too fast. It felt measured. It felt like real. It felt real to me. That's crazy. And I'm getting that impression just from a video. I'm not even playing it. That's a good sign to me.
roots you in place. So it's you gotta like use that at the right time, but you do get a lot of payoff if you can pull off the whole thing.
See, I think that is the most important aspect of MMOs, or well, really of any video game creation at this point in time, because we've seen so many different styles of gameplay at this point in time with video games. We've seen so much. And so if a developer is not pushing the boundaries in every aspect of a game, they're probably not going to be successful. So if you want to have a beautiful stylized game like this, we've seen beautiful stylized games. If you want to have, you know, cool action combat, we've seen cool action combat. But if you can tie it all together and you can make it like better than others, like, okay, this is a cool stylized, like, realistic looking world, but it's really realistic and it's an MMO. So it's a big world sharing, like, for multiple users, right? My explanation is not doing this justice, but an MMO, right? So there's multiple people on a server. So it's much more difficult for the server, right? And you're still managing to make it look this beautiful. Like, that is an accomplishment. And the mechanics, they feel so good. And it's just a video I'm not even playing. That is an accomplishment. So that's what I'm saying. It's really exciting. It looks really promising.
So the longer that you charge it, the more damage it does.
Ooh.
I need to get some of my health back. I apologize, stream. Let me just say that whenever we do these recordings and I am piloting, right? I have this very well thought out outline and plan about how things are going to go, and somehow
doesn't always go as planned.
And it just doesn't. It doesn't work.
And
I don't know why.
It's like when Mike Tyson says everyone has a plan until they're punched in the face.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Let me
no
move
plan
this for you
survives
guys.
Contact with the enemy. But
there we go.
so I turned on this cheat code.
So you can see his health.
If I fall below 1 hit point. So every time you see me drop to 1 hit point, know that I would have normally just died there, and you guys can, take a shot of water or something.
Point for the Minotaur.
Yeah, point for the Minotaur.
Look at that.
So,
look at the sun rays.
By the way, you guys are seeing this is early morning here on the Varen Riverlands.
Yes. The, like, slow rolling, like, light fog on the ground level. The glistening on the plants, the amazing reflections on the water, the sun rays hitting the fog. Beautiful.
And
beautiful.
You'll see that there's a lot of weather effects that are happening right here. There's some pollen because we're in the middle of spring.
The leaves falling? Oh.
But it's also early morning, so we have this fog layer that's rolling through. Of course, the aesthetics of Ashes of Creation are very important. We've always said game systems makes games fun. And the game environment and the aesthetics make it beautiful and make it immersive. So we double down on both of those. But Jeremy, talk to me a little bit about these Minotaurs. Who are these Minotaurs? Why are they here?
So these Minotaur, well, prior to the fall, they were kind of just a nomadic, chaotic race. They're a race that really benefited when the player races left for Sanctus. So
okay, just the subtle things there. Let me just back up here. Okay. Well, not that much. Just a couple seconds back. Okay, listen to the sound of the bow.
Chaotic race.
Just listen.
Really benefited when the player races.
And the shake of the bow. Like, you can feel the tension. You hear the sound of creating the tension in the bow. You see the tension in the shake of the bow as he's holding it. It's like, it's so visceral, it's so real. It's like you really feel this experience that's happening. That's crazy. That's so good. Maybe other games have done it this good, but I'm really excited about this, seeing it like that.
Left for Sanctus. So they, in the intervening time, they've gotten stronger. They've kind of found some help in some ways from other entities that aren't friendly. So they've really got organized,
Nice.
got equipped, and they're kind of actually excited to see the players come back because they want some revenge. So
Yeah,
they are
they're-
looking for ways.
It's so
to,
beautiful.
They have oral histories and things that tell of these people that held them down and hunted them.
And these enemies are really cool looking too. They're not like boring to look at. They're very interesting. They make me want to look like, what the heck is that? What is that? What am I fighting? You know, like the design, the details, like they look similar. Maybe, you know, like, oh, maybe this is like their version of the default wolf enemy, or oh, that's, you know, that's a default like minotaur or something. Like you can definitely make comparisons, but you think that after you've looked at it and been like, what the heck is that, you know? Like it's interesting, it's different, it's unique.
And
It's engaging.
they're brutally
It's
wanting to exact
engaging.
that revenge.
Can I? I'm gonna cheat here again because I just want to go up to them and give people a look at what these minotaurs look like in the game.
Mhm.
So
So the Terragor is one of those clans or tribes.
Ooh.
This one's the
Look at that. Look at that. That looks so cool. The tribal outfit. The horns, the massive horns. It almost looks like to me, it almost looks like a cross between an Anubis and a Minotaur. Which is very cool. It's a very cool take. It's not just default Minotaur. I love it. That's so cool.
the Raincaller who
That's really cool.
has essence that kind of evokes water. He has water abilities, throws water attacks, and makes shields of water.
They even tied in to the design of the character, and it's like tribal gear. Like they put symbols on it to indicate what it does.
Bubbles
That's pretty
around
cool.
him.
this guy is amazing.
Yeah, he looks really
I
cool.
love the model work.
Look at the eye. Look at that eye. Look at that. Oh, the claw mark like drip from the eye. That is so cool. This is really cool. The dreads is a nice touch. It just looks sick. Wow.
Eli's done an amazing job on these, and these are just a shaman. These are kind of the ones that are divine and
Wow.
have a little bit of a connection there. There's much bigger ones, much more even scarier ones like the Marauders and the Berserkers and even the Khan, which we've
Who
seen
did
called.
oh wow, look at that. I'm sorry, I'm just looking over in the distance and I see this giant like tower structure.
Yeah, that's the Tower of Carfin under a curse that is causing a lot of problems for the area too.
Oh, you're right. Actually,
Nice.
if we approach up here, we actually cross over into the boundary of Carfin, the wreckage of Carfin, right? It's like
Correct, yeah.
somewhere up here.
And Carfin was one of the great cities of the Alien Empire, and it's now in ruin.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah.
Okay. So just hearing these guys talk too, I mean, they've built like lore here. It's not just like, yeah, we just put some places down and we gave them some names and yeah, go have fun. Like there's an actual story here, and it sounds deep. Like that's exciting too, because when you drop into an MMO, you're looking to be immersed. You're looking, right? I mean, what's the point of an MMO if not to be immersed? Like it's a full-on world that you're experiencing with other players. You want to feel like you're in it, like you are in that experience, right? Wait a second. Why does my webcam seem funky? No, it's fine. Okay, but yeah, you want to be immersed in that world, right? So it's just really promising to see all these things, like really, really visceral, like real feeling mechanics and the beautiful effects of the world and like the aesthetic and everything, and then the lore being so deep that you actually feel like you're in a world that's been around for ages. So it's pretty cool.
I I see it. That, my
Nice.
friends, that you're seeing off in the distance is in Alpha 2, obviously. And Jeremy, tell us a little bit about the tower and what, just a little bit. Nothing give away too much, but just a little bit about the tower. What is it? What is the tower from a player's perspective?
It was a focus of the mages and study of the Alien Empire. Carfin was a city that kind of had a great mage population, so it had a university there. And things went bad there during the last days of the fall. They made some desperate measures in a really awesome quest series that Scott's written up and implemented and things.
Awesome. So it's going to be a pretty fun tower that is intended for many groups to exist within and fight. Now, Trad, question. What type of weapon am I using? Thank you. What type of weapon am I using here?
This would be the longbow.
Longbow.
So you can kind of tell, like, when you're shooting your basic attack, that the shots are a little bit slower. But
Ooh. Look at this bow too. This looks so cool. It's the bow's got LEDs on it. This is a true bow meant for gamers. Wow. No, that looks really nice. The like feathering on it. Oh, that looks so cool.
More power behind him. Yeah, I really like the model that Atkins threw together for this.
Oh, it looks so good.
Looks like it's of an Empyrean design. So one of the greater Empyrean bow makers of the past. Maybe someone's remembered the techniques to make it.
It looks so good.
Yeah, that's so cool looking.
Shoot something with it, like go ahead and hold the button down. One thing that we're playing around with this that we haven't done with our melee weapons is it has a contextual behavior based on if you're tapping the pressing the button versus holding it. So kind of like snipe, you can actually hold these attacks.
I like that.
Instead of doing just a rapid fire.
I'm sorry,
I do like that. I like that. Yeah, make some different mechanics, right? Do a charge shot if you hold down rather than like having a special button for it. Like, cause it makes sense. It makes sense. You're holding it down longer. It's like you're powering up more. Like, I'm really putting everything into this shot. That sounds cool. I like that.
Trad, 1 second. Something happened. These little birds just spawned right near me, and they're like eating on the ground. If I move, will they move?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Okay, let's see.
Let's find out.
Birds, how are you just gonna sit here and let me run around you? What are they doing?
And this guy's like the head of the studio, so you gotta know somebody in the background is like furiously taking notes. Like, oh no, guys, we didn't do anything to the birds. We have them pop up and they don't do anything, and he noticed. Oh no, guys, we need to make those birds move or we get fired.
Just kind of, they're eating, I guess. Oh,
I mean, this guy seems pretty chill. Maybe he's chilling off camera too, and he doesn't care. Maybe he'll just be like, hey guys, please, could you do something cool with those birds? Maybe it's no big deal. Or maybe he's gonna be like, guys, we're doing showcases for hundreds of thousands of people. Please make the birds move or it's over. I don't know.
Oh no. Okay, wait, what do you want me to do this weapon?
The guard drudger.
Hold your Q button and charge up an attack.
Houston, we might have a problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get your shots of water ready. We may be being a little early. I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can.
Don't worry, you have God mode.
Perfect. Oh, I know, it's true. I just don't want to.
Give the Minotaur another point.
Oh.
Yep.
Whoa, what was that? Did he charge me?
He got you. He's hitting you with those water bolts.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So I can jump while shooting this.
Oh! This is huge. The mobility of combat. That is huge. Because some MMOs, you get locked down while you're casting. Some MMOs, you can only walk while casting. And in this one, it doesn't matter if you're jumping or running or whatever, and you can still do your abilities. That's amazing. Here, let me adjust this. Guys got to sit up. Guys got to sit up every once in a while. I got excited. I'm sorry. This is awesome. That is really cool that you can jump around and move around freely while fighting. That's pretty cool.
Now just imagine that I have a lot more health. Nobody look at the health. Look at my health. What are they shooting at us, Jeremy?
Those are from they're casting this water bolt that's really hardened water that's just
Well, that makes sense because they just talked about how these guys, the shamans, they have like the water etch onto their actual like gear, like signifying that they're water mages basically.
into
That's
you
pretty
for
cool.
Force damage that hits, yeah.
That's kind of cool. All right.
That's what I said.
I am now going to appropriately engage from the correct
Get the jump on them.
positions. Okay, so something cool about the longbow. Oh, now they fly away. Look at that. The birds are flying. Something cool about the longbow.
Their jobs are saved. The guys who made those birds, they're like, whew, okay. So it was a little bit delayed, or maybe it was an angle thing. Maybe we just got to look at that and fine tune it, but the birds do fly away. Okay. We're all right.
Is that as opposed to the short bow, you are able to actually hold and charge each of the basic attacks. Is that correct?
Yep.
And doing so, what does that do for the weapon user?
Currently, it's just a damage increase, but
Okay.
we can do all sorts of things with this later. Like if you're charging it up longer, then you can set up some kind of status effect combo. There's all kinds of things that we can do with it. But yeah, right now, it just increases the damage. And so, for example, one thing you could do is you could do 2 basic shots and then charge the final shot, and that would give you like a big spike of damage there at the end. So
that's
each
cool.
one would be charged individually.
Wow,
That's
pretty cool.
that's sick.
And
The charge
now
shot
we have
mechanic
some
is
abilities
very
that we talked
nice.
about. These are from the Ranger archetype. Of course, we're not going to show everything that the Ranger has, but we are going to give you guys some ideas of the abilities in its kit. What is this first ability called? This is Snipe?
Yeah, this is Snipe. This is the one I was talking
Snipe.
about earlier, where it's
Snipe.
like a basic attack, but a lot more powerful. You can hold this, and when you see that little flash there
Ooh.
at the end, that indicates that it's fully charged.
Dang.
Yeah, you can keep holding it in case you want to, wait for the target to get low before you, bring him down if they're getting healed. All kinds of things that you can do.
Ooh, that was half health on the big guy.
Stops, getting charged on the Reaper's max damage.
Oh, that's cool.
He's healing.
He's healing.
That is awesome.
Now, what happens?
I like
let's
the
get into
snipe.
That environment where I'm getting chased by a few creatures. Hold on. Let's see if I can find a couple more because I know there's another.
Ooh, he's getting
one I
wrecked.
have called airstrike.
Hey, there they go. The birds flew away.
Let's see.
Really cool.
So now let's say, for example, as the ranger, I have these creatures, and this melee guy is on me, and I want to reposition. Tell me a little bit about what airstrike does.
Airstrike does a lot of things.
Whoa!
Character in the direction that you're facing, and it rains free projectiles.
I don't even have anything technical to say about that. That was just awesome. That was so cool. He just did like a flip and then midair, like, choo, 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 and then lands epically.
Projectiles down in the path that you're going. And
Hey,
each of
hey,
them-
hey. Yeah, you can see that. Goosebumps. I got goosebumps. That was so cool.
Does damage, AoE, and also the targets.
This is amazing.
So you could think of this more as like not quite an ultimate ability, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, that ability is so rad. I love.
It's so rad. No, all jokes aside, That is amazing. I've never seen anything like that from an archer, like bow type class in an MMO. Maybe there is, and I just haven't seen it. Like, maybe it exists, but I just haven't seen it. But I've never seen that before. That looks so fun. That looks so fun to do. You aggro like 5 mobs. You're trying to get away as you're shooting them down from range. Maybe one charges you, and so it's closer than the others, and or maybe it's one bigger one and it charges you, and so you're like trying to get away. So you do your like flip shot in the air, get behind it. You have a little more distance between you and him again, and then you can do your freaking snipe shot and just take him down from range again. Dang, that sounds fun.
Using it.
You can see it's channeling nature essence to cause roots to come up and bind to grab the Minotaur and hold them.
This is so cool.
And now this quick shot ability, by the way, that I see it has a debuff that looks like the quick shot icon on the target. What's that doing?
So basically each shot of quick shot will increase the damage of the next application of that specific attack against the target. So it kind of encourages to unload all 3 of your charges for a big spike of burst damage, but that does come at the cost of each charge comes back individually, so you either have to wait a longer period of time to get that burst, or you can just kind of weave them in here and there if you want more readily available damage.
Got it. That's super cool. So I have here
Very cool.
now a
Very
reticle on
cool.
my screen. So we've switched from tab target mode, which is a point and click with the cursor or using tab to cycle targets based on proximity priority,
Okay.
right? And into this reticle based mode, which now you can see the targeting plate in the top is slightly grayed out.
Oh.
We do that to demonstrate that that is a soft lock target versus a hard lock target.
Okay.
And what a soft lock target is, Trad, do you want to explain a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So if you are in action mode and you don't have a target actually selected like you would in a tab target game, then it'll just smartly choose whatever target it thinks is the most appropriate for where your camera is and attack that target. But if you were to actually select a target, I think is it right mouse button in action mode?
Right. Right now, it's of course all of this stuff is customizable by the user, but if you press the right mouse button in action mode, it
Okay.
will hard lock the target, which means you can take your reticle off the target and it won't change. Correct, Trad?
Right.
That's awesome.
Wow. Okay.
Now we have another type of ranged weapon.
I kind of like that. I kind of like the options there. Soft lock versus hard lock. Tab target versus like a sort of like a reticle sight aim targeting.
That we can show.
Interesting.
Oh, and I can still, while in action mode, I can still tab to cycle targets as well.
Yeah, we really wanted to showcase a more tab-based combat here because in the last live stream, all of our melee attacks were more hitboxes, right? They didn't acquire a hard target.
Wow.
So we wanted to show a little bit more of that this stream, and so right here, for example, like the target, you're not having to aim your reticle or anything like that. It's more what you in line with what you.
This is amazing, man. Like, I'm just seeing it all come together. It's coming together, right? It's really coming together. The mechanics, the aesthetic, the lore. It's beautiful, feels good to play, or at least watch be played. Like, that's almost a bigger deal than it feeling good to play, is that it feels good to watch someone else play. Like, it's entertaining and engaging, and I'm not even the one pressing the buttons. That's a good sign to me, because that means it's going to be even more fun to play it. It's going to be even more fun to be taking down these mobs myself.
But
Good
at the
sign.
same time, we still have abilities like airstrike and other things that we haven't even shown yet that are going to be more action oriented. So we can hopefully hit the sweet spot of having a nice combination of all that.
and it's more fun. I've played Rangers in EQ2, the Archer types in Guild Wars and Hunters and WoW. And when it's this mode with the reticle and stuff, it's just fun running around shooting these guys.
Oh,
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've switched over to the short bow now. So let me see if I can show off that short bow.
Ooh, short bow versus long bow.
I'll exit this mode. There we go. So now I have a short bow equipped versus the
Nice.
the long bow. And talk to me a little bit about the difference in the short bow.
That's cool.
Sure, yeah. The direction that we went with the short bow was a lot more, almost want to say, acrobatic. Like, you can use this a lot more freely with the movement. It doesn't slow you as much. It's a higher rate of fire. Basically, this is the more mobile feeling, lightweight version of the.
So if there's PvP in this game, people are going to be using the short bow basically if they want to be a ranger. That's basically what I'm getting out of this. More mobility, faster shots. Yeah, this is like PvP mode.
Longbow. So it's not quite as powerful because you are you're
Or I guess PvE. I guess I shouldn't like typecast or stereotype, right? It's probably good for PvE too. I mean, taking down bosses. Maybe it's a really hard boss that has a lot of like AoE, like random weird things going on, and you need to be able to move around a little bit faster. Maybe someone's struggling with their longbow because they're getting hit by some of the abilities, but with the short bow, they're able to move around a bit faster and take down these bosses. Makes sense.
You're making some trade-offs here with range and attack speed, and I do think right now we're actually putting a higher crit rate on this one, so it's got burst potential. But these are just the kinds of decisions that we want the players to be making when they're selecting their weapon choice. What do I value?
That's so cool.
I love the movement of that. Yeah, I mean, it is a very different feeling, right? One, I'm much more mobile, being able to shoot and not have to sacrifice a lot of my movement speed like I had to with the longbow. So just from that aspect alone, it feels like a very different weapon. I'm also not able to charge. I'm holding down the attack, and it's just firing a bunch. You'll see that I can blind fire because I'm in action mode. That's why I'm like firing extra there. But it feels very different. And of course, it doesn't change the way you have access to your abilities. Your abilities are there regardless of the type of ranged weapon.
This is really cool. Yeah.
Short bow or long bow.
Oh, you got the snipe.
Yep.
You have the quick shot.
For the abilities either, they tie off of the reticle. And I know there's some feedback that we wanted to collect from players with regard.
Okay, so the three abilities. Let me just do a recap here. The three abilities. The one is the snipe. The two, I believe, is the jump shot. No. So 1 is snipe, 2 is quick shot, and 3 is the jump shot, raining arrows from above.
Demonstration. You want to talk a little bit about that, Trent?
Yeah. As always, every time we make an ability, we're pretty much always thinking about what is the right balance between restricting player movement for the sake of weight.
Sorry.
Getting the feeling of the weight and
The game's not boring me, I promise. Or the video's not boring me. It's, yeah, just a little sleepy, but we're going to work through it.
being able to animate the full body, all the good things that come along with, restricting movement. But at the same time, we definitely don't want to be a game that makes it frustrating to, attack and move at the same time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, what I think a lot of people love in MMOs is the feeling of agency and freedom in combat, and we want to retain that. So
yeah, too many MMOs lock you down when you're in combat. Like, you can't move and do actions or move and cast or whatever. This is way better.
Just as you see these abilities go off and get used in this environment, I guess we appreciate any feedback on how that direction is going.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
And also from the enemy side, and asking
Nice.
on behalf of like Doug's encounter group, it's how fast is the combat playing? Is it too slow? Is it too fast? Does it feel good? The time to kill, or what you're seeing right now? Or is it what players are liking? Do people like? And keeping in
I guess it depends. Yeah, for me, like they're asking like about time to kill and stuff. Like how does it feel? It does feel like maybe the enemies go down a bit fast. I'm not sure about that, but also I'm not sure about like what level are these enemies supposed to be compared to my level and what gear, blah blah blah. You know, that kind of stuff. It's kind of hard to check balance just from a video where they don't give us all that information. But it does feel a little fast. Like, let's say we just started out and these are the starting mobs, right? To be killing them that fast, it does feel a little fast. But then again, if you aggro like 5 and they're all attacking you, I mean, maybe it's good they go down that fast so you don't die so fast. I'm not sure. But that's my not enough info perspective, is it feels like it is a little fast on the time to kill.
mind, these are solo ones right now. These are tuned more for solo fighting. These aren't elite group mobs, but for one-on-one type of fights.
Yeah.
Like 3 shots for that
Well,
dog seems a bit
in the
fast.
solo areas, you know, this for me, this speed feels pretty good, given that I'm a DPS class, and these guys are particularly susceptible to rangers because they are
Melee.
class NPCs. But getting your guys' opinion
Oh,
on
yeah.
those things. Also, the differences between the weapon types, right? We talked a little bit about the longbow. We talked a little bit about the shortbow.
Yeah.
Being able to kind of give us feedback on how you feel the direction has gone now. Is this the type of ranged combat you're looking for? Those of you out there, especially who are bow users and enjoy these classes, what is it about the games that you...
I mean, I think anybody who's ever liked a ranged class, like a bow class, is going to like this. Because it feels so real. Like the sound effects, the animations, and then the abilities are cool. Like a quick shot, a jumping freaking in the air like mobility shot, and a snipe that just gives you a super all-powerful like single shot. It's going to be good. It's going to be good for anybody who likes bows.
You have played that you felt had good
I think
combat
so.
in it, and are you seeing elements of that demonstrated in this type of combat as well? I can tell you that obviously seeing is one thing. In Alpha 2, those of you who have access will be able to give us kind of your feedback. And of course, that's not under NDA, so all of us get to watch and participate in Alpha 2 through watching others play it and getting their feedback and experiences as well.
Very cool.
Another thing that I think is pretty cool that I wanted to talk about actually was these weapons and the types of skill trees that they have associated with them. Trey, do you want to talk to us a little bit about how these skill trees interact with the weapon?
For sure, yeah.
Yes, please tell us more.
With each of these weapons is they'll each have a unique skill tree associated with them to differentiate them not only in terms of feel but also in terms of mechanics. And an important thing that we really want to capture in Ashes is the ability basically so the player can build their character how they want, and that
I like that.
beyond just their class choice, right? So, for example, if I'm the ranger, I can spec into my short bow or I can spec into my longbow, and those will be two very different builds.
Okay.
For example, the short bow may specialize or have a part of its tree that specializes in applying bleeds, and bleeds might synergize with specific ranger abilities that the longbow might not necessarily synergize with. So.
Okay. Yeah. And that's kind of what I was talking about. So more mobility versus more like damage or more range or whatever. More like locking them down from big range versus like mobility and like, I don't know, quick damage or whatever. Yeah, that's really interesting. You can respec how you want.
Weapon choice will play into like what abilities and your weapon type you're specializing in. There's just a lot that goes into it, and we're just starting to scratch the surface of that.
Yeah, that feels
And
good.
you also want to take into account the enemies you're going up against, what areas you're going into, what enemies you're hunting, and is it a player versus a monster? Players behave very differently. And is a longbow?
That's so
the
cool.
drop on 'em important? Are you respect for short bow for being dodgy and moving around them? You got all those things to keep in mind.
Absolutely.
Dang.
Well, guys, appreciate you joining us today to talk about this stuff. It is amazing that the
Wow. Just wow, right? Right? Wow. That's crazy.